plane pretty soon. So we are packing up. You see our luggage behind me. We are getting ready to get out of Dodge. So what we're going to be talking about today is how to create a lead magnet that people actually want. We're also going to go into what you're using a lead magnet for very, very quickly, just in case you don't know. Okay, so in case you're new to my world, what we actually use lead magnets for. Not everybody does the same thing across the board. Most people don't do things like we do. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get into that, you guys. And what was I going to say? Oh, it's early. It's early, right? We know that. It's early. So you can win things, just so you guys know. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, and then share the YouTube video into social media somewhere. And I saw people sharing it into LinkedIn yesterday, and I was like, that's awesome. Very, very cool. People in LinkedIn would really, they really need this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and share it. Tag me in it so I know that you shared it. And one person every week is going to get to pick something from my swag shop. And my swag shop is at withmartha.com. Along the top, you just click on shop. Takes you over to the swag shop, and then you can go ahead and pick something out and we'll send it to you. Okay, so there is that. Let me get rid of that. Now we're going to just get into the content here. Oh, I see you guys. Good morning. I see you. Keep commenting, keep saying what you want to say, and then at the end of the content, I'm going to go ahead and pop back through and put some of you guys up on screen. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. So how to create a lead magnet that people actually want. Okay, so let's just call out the elephant real quick for anybody that hasn't been in my world for long. A lead magnet, you guys, it's just a way to, in the simplest form, it's the way for somebody to show you and self-identify themselves as wanting to learn more about what you offer. Okay, but there's no money exchanged. And instead, they just exchange an email address. Sometimes it's a text number, okay? But either way, it's for you to be able to continue contacting them, not in an annoying way, but in a way that continues to add value to their life. That's the way that we do it in HBR. We don't annoy people. We are not one of these people out there that will email you 10, 15 times a day. That's insanity. I do not know why people do that. But what we do is we have a strategy where it's very graceful and it's very wanted. You know, I probably have one of the highest open rates in the industry. Open rate meaning people actually open my emails, because a lot of people are like, email marketing, I don't like email. Right, you don't like email from people doing it the wrong way. You don't like to be annoyed in your inbox. You have enough garbage in your inbox. You don't want to keep adding garbage to your inbox. But I tell you what, if you start receiving gold nuggets of stuff that you actually want to know about in your inbox, you're going to open that and it's going to be valuable to you. And that's what I teach you guys in HBR, is how to be able to do that. So, so anyway, lead magnet, all that is the beginning step. Okay, something that is going to give somebody a quick win. Typically, you're going to be able to consume this content in about 5 to 10 minutes. It's really fast. It's power punched, power packed. It's early. It is power packed, you guys. It's going to give somebody a win. They're going to get a win, and then they can associate that win with you, and then they know that they want to continue down your rabbit hole, so to speak. So that's a lead magnet. So how to create a lead magnet that people actually want. So there's a lot of people out there that they don't understand how to actually create good lead magnets. And a good lead magnet isn't a pretty lead magnet. I need to explain that. A lot of people make beautiful designs. Like, they're so fantastic at graphic design and making things look beautiful, right? Like, I love those people, because I'm not those people, right? Like, I will slap stuff up on a page and be like, here's the content. But the thing is pretty mixed with fantastic content is great, but pretty ain't gonna just do it, you know? Like, so don't get in your head that in order to create this thing, you're gonna need to be some sort of designer. or artist to create, you know, like a workbook or a checklist or whatever. You don't need to be any of those things. You really just need to deliver the content, okay? So let me help you understand the content that people are wanting. So number one, be specific about who you're serving. So this is rudimentary. This is, quite frankly, marketing 101. It's the first step of anything that you do. If you don't know who you're talking to, you can't start, okay? So you need to be specific about who you're serving in order to be able to give them something that they're going to want to open, okay? So again, we go back to the concept of a lot of people think that who they're serving is this big group of people, because what they say is this, and I get it, but what they say is this: everybody needs what I have. And while I don't doubt that at all, you know, I believe that 100%, but they're not gonna know that they need it from you. They're not gonna know. Your messaging and what you're saying to them in social media or on video, or if you meet them one-on-one and they're like, what do you do? And you say, ba-da-da-da-da, something very general and vague, they're gonna be like, okay, you know? If somebody were to say, you know, I'm a dentist. Okay. I'm a dentist that specializes in kids, in keeping kids calm. I'm a dentist that specializes in not traumatizing children. Do you see how, like, we got to get specific? We got to get, like, we need to choose a niche. We need to choose where somebody can be like, oh. Do you know how many times I talk to people here at the Platinum Partnership trip here, the Tony Robbins trip that we're on? How many times I talk to people, they're like, what do you do? I tell them what we do, and they're like, oh, wow. And I'm like, yeah, you get it then. You get it. When you hear the, oh, that's where you know you've got it. Okay? Then they understand the niche. They understand the value. They understand what you're doing apart from everybody else when you get that, oh. So anyway, be specific about who you're serving. Again, in HBR, we go through this stuff, okay? And we have constant coaching, so we are able to really help drill down in it. Number two, think, what did I need whenever I was there? So here's the thing. Whenever you were, because this is another thing that I talk about a lot, whenever you were the version of yourself that you're choosing to serve, because it's you, usually 3 to 10 years, sometimes 15 years ago. So you've been through these different fires and you choose a version of yourself that you wish to serve. Well, whenever you were there, when you were at that point, and you were just sitting there and you were in the mucky muck, you were stuck in like sinking sand, right? You were stuck. When you were sitting there and thinking, man, like, if only I knew X, Y, and Z. If only I understood how to X, Y, and Z, then everything would be better. If only I knew this, okay? And it's really cool because we have, as we look back, our vision is 2020, right? Rear view 2020, isn't it something like that? And so when we look back at things, they're so very clear to us that whenever we can look at ourselves in that position, we could say, man, all we needed was da-da-da-da-da. This would have gotten me unstuck. When I was here, I only needed this, this, and this. And then I was going to be unstuck. Okay? So pick one of those things as your lead magnet. Pick one, like the very first thing. Okay? The very first thing, so you can get a quick win to get them unstuck, and then you lead them to the other things that you can do, all right? But that is a fantastic lead magnet to start with. What did you need, that you can help somebody get out of in 5 to 10 minutes worth of content? Everybody can do this. Everyone can do this. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. You don't need to have taught for years. Everybody can do this. It may not be the very first thing that you think, but if you sit and you think on it and then you think, what's the quickest way I can get them to their goal? Then you're going to be able to figure it out. Choose to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, you can also do this. So there's kind of a this or that, or this and that if you want to. Another option for you is to go to a group, and typically this is a Facebook group, but you can go to a group, and then what you can do is up in the search bar at the top of the group, you can just type in. Now the group that you would go to would be in relation with the people that you're serving, right? So those people are all together in a Facebook group for that topic. Like this is very important. It needs to be that specific. It needs to be a group about the topic that you're wanting to serve with, okay? Or serve on, all right? Go to that group, go to the search bar at the top and type in the words, how do I? Okay? Either how do I or how to. You're going to get different questions. People are going to be asking how to do different things in regard to what you teach. And so what I would pay attention to is make sure that you only are really looking at the questions that have a ton of engagement. Okay? We need it to have a lot of engagement because what that does in the business sense is it proves viability. So it proves that there are lots of people out there that are thinking the same thing, okay? Or have thought the same thing, right? So that is what you need to do. So you can either go based on yourself, or you can go based on a Facebook group, how do I? So how do I or how to? Any questions kind of like that. Or you can do both. You can do this one and try to validate it with, you know, sort of like a second tier validation of how do I, and see if you can find them that match up. That would be like extraordinary if you could find them that match up. And then you create the lead magnet. And then everything else, like the creating of the lead magnet and the rest of the strategy of how you actually use this to build community, to serve people, to create these multiple income streams, all of that stuff, that's HBR. Okay, but this is how you create the perfect lead magnet that people actually want. Okay, you guys. So I need to tell you this. Let me know what questions you guys have. Okay, HBR is breaking up into 3 pieces. It's like a college course. It's breaking up into beginner, intermediate, and advanced pretty soon. And that's all going to equal about 10K. But right now, the people that are jumping in, so from the very beginning, all the way to when it changes, everybody that's in there is automatically going to have access to every single one of the parts as it breaks up. Okay, so I just make sure that that's clear. If you're jumping in now, you get the 3 parts as it breaks up later, and you're not going to have to pay 10K for it. You're already in it. Okay, but to get in it right now, it's $14.97. What I would do is I would message Livin the Dream with Martha. It's my Facebook business page. You can message me the words, let's do this, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want. We'll go over a few questions to make sure that it's a good fit for everybody. And then we'll give you the details of the program, and you'll say whether you're in or out. Either way, no big deal. I'm not going to chase you around the internet. I wouldn't teach you to do the same thing. That's not how we roll. We lead from our heart. We do not lead from our head. And we show you guys how to be able to do this stuff in real life. And we're putting families back together again, you guys. That's what the ultimate goal of all of this is. Some people are like, oh, it's business. Oh, it's money. And I mean, it is. But at the end of the day, you guys, our goal is to put families back together again, because when you don't have to work that day job and you can be home with your family, your life changes. And that's the truth. So let me get this out of here. And also, I wanted to let you know that from the business strategists, they're doing 1 year of content. A lot of you guys are signing up, and that is awesome. I totally suggest you sign up for this. It is going to allow your business to take an entire 180. It's going to completely turn things around for you. It will lead from chaos to clarity. It will lead from confusion to clarity. It will lead you from like I don't know what to do. I feel a little like, I don't know what kind of content to make. It will take you from that to like so focused that all of a sudden you'll realize new courses that you can create, new coaching opportunities you can do, new group coaching, new affiliate marketing things that you can do. Everything will get clear with your content, guys. Today's content was brought to you by, I feel like Sesame Street a little bit. Today's content was brought to you by Lauren. Okay, so Lauren De Silva brought us the title. So how to create a lead magnet that people actually want. So my strategists have come up with my own content. Okay, so this one came from Lauren De Silva. You can go to the link in the description of this video to be able to sign up with any of those guys, to be able to get your own year of content. And understand you'll only need to do that once, because then you can keep using that content every year with different perspective. Okay, you guys, let me get you up here. Cindy, if you are not an HBR, jump in now. The value you get is incredible. My life has changed so much in the last year. Oh, I love it. Claudette, how do you sign up for the business strategist? Go to the link in the description of this video. It has, Mike, it's there, isn't it? Yeah. It says business strategist, and it's got a link, and you'll have a list of all of them, and then you can just sign up there. Michelle, leading from the heart, so soul satisfying. Amen to that. Absolutely. Claudette, oh, you're amazing. Thank you, Lauren. Yes. Yeah, these guys are killing it on their topics. As they're coming in, I'm like, you guys are just boss. That is boss. Shelby, that is literally the first time I have ever heard that suggestion. That is gold. I go in groups all the time, but that search is awesome. Thank you. Oh, Shelby, I love it. Let me know what it unlocks for you. Shelby, I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear your feedback. Corey, I need to figure out my what I do explanation. We can work on that. We can work on that. Claudette, exactly, Martha. Yes, boom. I think that's Martisha. Yeah, I can honestly say I've never felt overwhelmed by your emails. Oh, I love that. I unsubscribe every day because some just send way too many. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, no, we have a graceful way of doing it. We don't weird people out. That's not our MO. So I love you guys. We're getting ready to go hop on a plane. So have the best day ever. And I will see you tomorrow coming live from Orlando. Bye-bye.